Hi, I'm Skipper Parvo. Welcome to the Slop podcast. Each week, we'll interview trailblazing renegades challenging archaic archetypes and exploring alternative ideologies. In our ongoing dialogue about what it means to be an evolved human mammal, we'll color outside the lines of conventional science and medicine in pursuit of finding meaning in our present incarnation and unleashing our truest self.
Today's guest is Truck Watkins, the true definition of the American dream and a redemption story for the ages that I think we can all relate to. Truck, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Skipper. It's an honor to be.
We like to start each session with a 15-second meditation. Would you be comfortable participating with me?
Sure. Yeah.
Wow. Can you unpack your background story and what it is you do?
I don't think my story is that unusual, Skipper. Raised in poverty, single mother.
I'm a single mother, and so I understand both.
The struggle, yeah.
All of it, yeah.
Early on in life, I got caught up in what a lot of young African-American males do, you know, the street life.
Oh, absolutely.
Drugs, gangs, illegal dog walking, bowling after hours, throwing batons away, you know, that are perfectly fine and aren't trash. I want to try to do my part now to make up for some of those mistakes.
And if you could unpack that a little bit for me, specifically regarding your philanthropy, I think that people don't realize how successful you became taking this tragedy of going to prison for prostituting women, if that's the...
I was a pimp, a panderer, a player, player main, you know, I did all of that stuff.
Sure.
Player, you know.
I love the way you say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way you had to say it to survive.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was out there for a long time exploiting women. I'll be honest, I exploited a lot of women. You know, I'm a very handsome man. I speak a good game, as the kids like to say, and I was able to manipulate young women into being prostitutes. And eventually that all caught up with me, and I did 10 years in prison.
Wow, you really shifted the paradigm. We're gonna take a quick break to hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Whenever my day feels like it's spinning out of control and I'm stressed out of my mind, the first thing I ask myself is how long I've been wearing shoes. Often it has been hours, if not days, since grass tickled my toes. Unacceptable. Trapping feet in confining footwear is a practice established by the patriarchy dating back to the crippling of concubines in AD 25. The fastest way to disconnect from your soul is to disconnect your feet from the earth, which is why I am thrilled to count Souls Unseen as a Slop partner. Souls Unseen uses cutting-edge technology to create a roomy, breathable sneaker so lightweight and transparent, it literally looks and feels like you're barefoot. I'm wearing mine now. Souls Unseen was founded by a cardiac surgeon, Dr. Stefan Shiv, who found that patients who engaged in the primordial practice of grounding, also known as earthing or going barefoot, dramatically reduced their risks of heart attacks and cardiovascular disease. When they not only weren't dying, weren't needing surgery, and were sleeping better, Dr. Shiv knew he was onto something and set out to design, in collaboration with Converse and Balenciaga, Souls Unseen, the world's first invisible shoe. Funny story. Earlier today, I went to have lunch at Gracias Madre and was initially turned away because of their antiquated dress code. But then I told the manager about Souls Unseen, and he literally showed me to my table, ordered himself a pair, and fired the hostess on the spot. For every pair of Souls Unseen sold, Dr. Shiv and his team donate a pair to a needy child in Africa. Research has shown that wearing soles unseen and engaging in earthing safely without exposing yourself to the toxins lining the streets can regulate the endocrine and nervous systems, reduce blood viscosity, stabilize our moods, ward off the filthy electromagnetic pollution we're assaulted by constantly from Wi-Fi, phone signals, and automatic doors, etc., and establish a channel for the Earth's innate electrical charge to travel from the ground into your body. At $15.99, that's $1,599, they do not come cheap. So join us in writing your senators to have this medical necessity covered by health insurance. In the meantime, use the promo code SLOPTHEPODCAST for $50 off your first pair of soles unseen.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I got your information from my best friend,
Chrissy Teigen,
who you had provided with a life-changing, game-changing nanny, and you really turned parenthood around for me by bringing a nanny into the life of myself and my son, Navy Sebastian.
Well, you know, Skipper, when I met you, I was like, which one of my girls would be perfect for Skipper? And it was quotation. You know, I was like, this woman and you were just like,
oh, quotation. Am I pronouncing her name correctly?
quotation.
Quotation.
But you pay her, so you can call her whatever you want. And one of the things I tell a lot of my girls is, your job is to make the desires of the client come true. You're not going to sell your body. You're going to sell your soul.
Oh, I love that. People-pleasing has been a fault of my own, and so I do like to see it in my employees because then I can help them overcome it. Quotation. I love it. It's such a beautiful thing. I mean, that is the founder DNA speaking right there. I mean, you wonder why you're a billionaire philanthropist. It's things like bringing the fantasy to life and then somehow all of the money going back to these women who have
No.
nothing.
I'm sorry. Let me correct you. The women don't make any money.
Oh.
No, all the money comes back to me. I mean, technically my foundation. You know, the Watkins Church of Women. And so the women don't make any money of their own, but they don't need to because I make sure that they have what they need. I was able to purchase a former church and redesign it as a living space for myself, for my women, to my nannies, as I like to call them, to live and work in. And the beauty of it is because it's a church, all of the income is tax-free. And so I guess you could say I'm sort of the guru, if you will, of these women's lives. I tell them how to dress. I tell them how to behave. I make sure that they turn all their monies back over to me so that we can continue to have this wonderful lifestyle that we've grown accustomed to.
It's such a beautiful gift that they don't have to worry about anything but what they're giving back to society. You know, finances, living, food. You cover all of that.
I cover everything. I mean, I'm sort of a father figure to them. They call me daddy. A roof over their head, food to eat. You need more than that, then maybe I'm not the right person for you. And that's a conversation that she and I can have. And it'll be a very intense conversation. Because if you're going to try to step out and stop nannying for me, then you're going to really have to come correct.
I mean, it looks like a palace. I'd like to live there.
Oh, well, there's room.
Oh, really, Tabby?
I mean,
what would my room look like?
Oh, well, we have, each room has double bunk beds. Ooh. So definitely, I could kick somebody out to sleep in the choir stand if I need to. But oh my God, the money the foundation could make if we had a top, high-end, hot, blonde. But actually, now that I think about it, our foundation has expanded into Saudi Arabia. Because the royal family is looking for a lot of women to come in and be nannies, and a beautiful blonde like yourself, top dollar in a place like that. All come back to the foundation.
Well, I've been dying to go to Oman.
But in all seriousness, I'm serious. So if you're interested at all, I can make this happen.
Well, we're running out of time for this week, so I just want to thank you again for joining us today. And for our listeners, you can visit slopthepodcast.com to donate to Trucks Foundation and also seek out a nanny for yourself. And we're just so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Skipper. And seriously, let me know about Saudi Arabia.
I'm a woman of my word.
And I'm a man of my word.
I'm Skipper Parvo, and you just intoxicated your spirit with slop. If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next week.
Mortality is just the craziest concept. How do you deal?
Well, I've never thought about it that way before. I think for me, the more I give, I feel like that person will then pay it forward, and you sort of will live forever in your giving of, you know, hope to. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but
I
you know,
feel the intent of it though. Like I feel like your soul's speaking to like the next life, you know, that it's going to be going on. I get it.
okay.
Trust your intuition. It's telling you to subscribe to Slop on YouTube and Apple Podcasts.
Skipper.